What's going on today?
Basically, we've been trying to get the council to listen to us about how ridiculous this ban is on the parks with the dogs. And we've done so many protests outside where they're having a meeting about it. It doesn't seem to work, so it's about time we brought the councils to see us if we do something with the parks. But of course, with the idea going round, the councils found out and said if anybody goes into that park with their dogs, they immediately get a £50 fine. Well, fine, we'll just stand right outside the gate or bring teddies as we want and get dogs in the park still. So it's just really to get all dogs back in the park and get the councils listening to us that we actually mean business.
Now, there's a petition going around, isn't there?
Yes, there is. We've got over 3,000 things, but the councils haven't even listened to us. They just, oh, it's a piece of paper, doesn't really matter. So we'll just do a protest instead again.
So you're not actually going to break the ban today or anything, are you?
We're going to be sensible and we're going to stay outside. We are respecting the ban, but the fact is we're pushing it to the limit by standing right outside the gate. We're getting everyone who drives past, everybody who walks past to notice us and go, yeah, it is stupid. We've got things like, I have no problems with cats or anything. I love cats, all animals really, but the fact is cats haven't been banned. Cats can not have a license. They can walk around without leads. They go into people's gardens and they poo there. And cat poo has more bacteria in them than dog poo, and it actually goes into people's gardens who, you get people who complaining, oh, I have kids, I don't let them into parks because there might be dog poo around. Well, it could be the same thing, letting them into your garden. They could fall in cat poo instead and get even worse. And there's things like going down into Strand Street. Strand Street has a chewing gum problem. Chewing gum is very highly bacteria, lots of bacteria in it, yeah? So what the solution is that the council should do, ban all the public from Strand Street. It's pathetic, isn't it? Yeah. And, it's the same with the dogs, really. Dogs are bred to run and everything. My dog Bonnie, she's been so depressed since the parks have been banned, Every time I walk past this park, I always walk past this park, so I usually let her have a run here before the ban. She's always dragging me in here, wanting to go and everything, but she can't because it's banned. She's a bit depressed now, aren't you? But so what we did was we took her up to Nobles Park, and it's a bog up there. I came back a first time covered in mud. We ended up losing 3 balls because I brought 3 tennis balls. The grass was overlong, so when I threw the balls, Bonnie couldn't find them. She was running in the middle of the field, getting drenched, and she even went for a poo in the middle of the field. So that meant I have to walk across to the middle of the field to pick it up, which means I was getting sunk in mud and everything. So I had to pick it up, and of course I'd always pick up the poo because I hate it when I see poo on the ground. It's disgusting and it's lazy when people don't pick it up after their dogs. And the second time I went up to the Nobles Park, I forgot it was really muddy, and it was a sunny day, yet it was still muddy and it was still wet and it was still soaking, and I just got fed up after a while and I just went, right, I'm just going to leave now, because I know I was wanting my dog to have a good run, but the fact is she was drenched in mud. She had mud in her mouth from picking up her frisbee and everything. I was drenched in it and I just went, no. And then I went up with school. We went walking around the park, and what they did was just put a wooden plank over the muddy bit where it had puddles. And I was like, what good is that? Because we still can't use all the fields, and it's absolutely ridiculous.
Now, after today's protest, what do you do after this?
After this, if the council do not, if they do not listen to us, we'll just keep doing it again. We'll come back. We'll come back, and we will just make another protest. We'll make as much protests as possible. We'll do even more petitions, even though they're not listening to them. We'll do plenty of things that'll make them listen.
Now, you say you've got 3,000 people on a petition. The council say they haven't, Douglas Corporation actually haven't seen that petition yet.
They've heard about it, but apparently they haven't seen it yet, but they have heard about it, I think. And we are planning to send it to them. I don't know, we need to ask Alexis, who's a big role in the dog ban as well.
Well, where is everyone today? I mean, if there's 3,000 people, there's not that many turned up for your protest, have they?
Yes, because I think they ended up getting scared off, really. I think they ended up getting scared off by the council saying anyone who comes up, you know, they get £50. And really, that doesn't scare me, but, you know, if people do get scared off, fair enough, because they don't want to get £50 fine. No one wants to get £50 fine, but, you know, most of the strongest supporters of the Douglas ban protest things are here, and they all got perfect views to Stephen Pitts about his views on why dogs can't go in the parks. And the radio thing that was going on yesterday, he was saying go up to the Millennium Oakwood. We have to drive up there. Isn't that environmentally bad?
What's your views?
It's nice to see that people have the right to be able to turn out and to protest as they wish. Obviously, we will listen to what they have to say. They say that there's a petition. That's fine. It hasn't been received by us as yet, but when we get it, we'll have a look at it. And the people here are quite entitled to put their opinions forward. We do have sympathy with the responsible dog owners, naturally, because they are the good ones which are getting everything spoiled by the minority. We have tried to expand the number of areas that we have for dog walkers because we are sympathetic to what they are saying. But unfortunately, we do have to draw the line somewhere. We do have parents complaining about kids coming home covered in dog faeces, same as football fields up in like Groves Road and so on. That it's a persistent problem which is caused by a minority of irresponsible people. And no wonder these people here feel like protesting. But like I say, we do have to draw the line somewhere, and we can start by ensuring that the parks are clean and try and enforce as much as we can with our bylaws officer for keeping the pavements and streets clean.
And your view is to keep the ban in place, is it?
I think we have to, yeah, because it's not only parks, it's also the likes of the recreational areas that we have as well, which is all covered by this. So, you know, it's not just one thing, it has to be everything really. It's unfortunate, but we do have to have a responsibility to the majority of people, and it does cover quite a large area.
I just think it's unfair on the vast majority of decent people who clean up after animals, and they're just getting penalised by the very small minority of people who are actually going around, allowing their dogs to fail. And it's just very, very unfair. People are ratepayers. You know, these people who own their dogs are ratepayers in Douglas, and it just seems to me very draconian. I think there should be areas, especially in South Douglas, given to dog owners. We're not asking for people to allow dogs to go onto football pitches into every area, but South Douglas has got a very high population of the island's people, and there's many people here who've got dogs. They're living in flats, they can't get the dogs out for walks, and there needs to be an area down here. It's a poor area, not everyone's got cars.
Are you disappointed though with the turnout here today?
I am disappointed with it, but it was only mooted on the radio yesterday. It's not made the local newspapers, and I think what it is a silent majority issue who tend to sit at home moaning about things and don't actually get up and get out in the streets. But I just don't think the message has got out. There is a petition, a large petition, and I've been speaking to the lady organiser today about getting the petition down to the Douglas Corporation, just to show the amount of anger that's going on at the moment.